do. Oh. Um, this is what we would look yeah, on Monday. One is for the site within the summary, and then the other one's a paper. This is I see. This we did. So we're doing part 3. We can do the discussion board first.
Okay. So we kind of done some of it, right?
Yeah, I just want to write like a mini summary of the website. And that should be all for this discussion board.
I'm just looking this over. I have experienced problems in class, both understanding teachers speak too quickly, slowly.
For me, it was actually the opposite for some of them.
Can we say or slowly?
Yeah.
It makes it a little. Oh, you don't even need the parentheses. Just do. Or, too quickly or too slow. I've experienced problems in class, both with understanding teachers who speak too quickly or too slowly, and also with comprehending teachers with accents which are difficult for me to understand. Fine. Because I couldn't understand the professor, both because he spoke too slowly and because he had an accent, he struggled with the class. However, I now see from the suggestions from the websites, that there are other ways that could help students understand the culture. Okay. The time I did attend class regularly, as the first website suggested. I just didn't sit very close to the board. However, I didn't sit very close to the board. I was unable to see the professor. I would sit somewhere near the board. So, okay, it's confusing. However, I didn't sit very close to the board, so I was unable to see the professor's mouth movements, okay? And then I would sit somewhere near the board. Because you just said, I didn't sit close, and then you'd say, I would sit somewhere near. So I think we should say, like, maybe, should we say you sat in the middle of the room?
Like so far, I would sit at the side,
Oh,
Not like- not really right in the center
Okay.
rows of the class.
Sit.
And since the teacher will be walking like
I see.
side to side or like in
Oh, I
through the
remember this,
row.
yeah. Sit. Yeah, because it's it's on the edge of the row. Okay. However, it's around the should be close to the row. Okay. Just the recording is pretty back to the 17. And you'd have to try and build a relationship with the professor, right?
Yeah. By like going to their office hours and stuff.
Oh, I
like
see.
that. And by email.
Either. Email. Okay.
Mhm.
That's good. All right, so now we need to do what?
The summary-ish for I think we would need to write. I kind of like mentioned one of the I think a little summary, like one sentence summary
Summary
of
of the,
the articles
okay.
I found.
Okay, let's put it right. You see where my cursor is? However, I now see from the suggestions from websites that there are other ways that could help students understand professor's access. Okay, put it there.
Yeah.
Okay. The first website suggested.
Yeah. In the first one,
Where do you want to say article? Do you want to say website or?
it's kind of like a website and an article.
It's an article on the website, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The first. Let's just say article. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Suggested. Go ahead. What is it suggest?
It's that one is the different ways.
Different ways. Okay.
So like the suggestions are what I kind of described, like they have to sit closer to the board and stuff. And yeah, this was the first one.
Okay, the suggested different ways to understand a professor who speaks too slowly, or I'm sorry, a professor who speaks.
With an accent.
Okay. Different ways to understand a speaker, I would say, a speaker who speaks with an accent. Let's do the second one. The second, is that good enough for a summary?
I think so, yeah.
And so what did the second article do?
That one was like about how that's it was a student that became a teacher, and then the student didn't understand his accent. Like
Okay.
there's a circle like this. At first, when he came to America, he's from the Philippines. He didn't understand his own professor's speech of
Mhm.
talking, and then like when he was a teacher, his students didn't understand him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the students who didn't understand the accent of his professor, but then had exactly the same problem when it was his turn to be a professor. When he is that all right?
Mhm.
Okay. And we're gonna start with that. Is that good enough for both of them?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, transition. This is high school or college?
It was so-called professors, so college.
College,
Yeah.
okay. Quote. True. When I started taking college classes, is that right?
Mm-hmm. Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, we done?
Mm, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, you got it all?
Yeah. Yeah. That one good. Yeah. The work on the part 3.
Okay.
Let's see.
Part 3. Okay, so what are we doing here?
The directions, so-called for this one, I'm trying to go more in depth with what the little activities I'm gonna use to like test their knowledge of the students.
Okay.
Yeah. And the activities, so for this kind of the assessment part, is not like paper fine, it's like a different kind. It can't be paper,
Can't be paid. Can't be just something you.
right? It has to be like more like creative way of assessing the students.
Okay. So do we start, where do you start with this? At the beginning?
For this one, I am on page 12 for the part 3 here,
Uh-huh.
and
Content of the assessment?
yes, there's, yeah, I need a so-called choose like find 3 ways to test students,
Okay.
and then within those 3 ways, the other kind of like go in more detail of each.
Okay. So do we have a kind of model or anything?
I think, yeah, I can show you the example of it. I just share you the example the professor provided. The part 3 for this one starts on page 6 to 9. It's for the part 3. Yeah.
All right, so this is what you do.
Mm.
Okay. Okay. Okay, that's good. So, have you thought about what you want to do here?
So far, this can be from the little activities I have for the lesson plan.
Mm-hmm.
And from those lesson plan, the 3rd day one that where I so called have the students act out those different scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
That one will be like more suitable for the assessment.
Okay.
And I didn't come up with three similar to what I have for there, for that day 3, for that one.
Uh, do you need to do that? Students will be assessed on several items. Like that?
Yeah, something like that. But like, most likely we'll maybe have 3, only 3.
Okay,
Not like, because I only have 3. Yeah, 3, 3-ish.
but you still have to have that little line, students will be assessed on several items. Yeah.
For that line, I'm not sure. Maybe
All right, well, I don't know.
that one, maybe.
All right, so what 3 items did you say?
From this, mostly the 3, it was mostly like talking.
So tell me what you mean.
They were mostly acting out, and there was people taking notes, but they were listening at the same time.
Okay. So content's not talking. Content to be assessed.
So-called, it can be like so-called interview-ish kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you want to write something about an interview?
Mhm.
Interviewing. Interview with. And what is the teacher interviewing the students about? teacher would give many students about some of the scenarios that they acted out in class, or where were they?
Oh, yeah, class.
Okay. Oh, wait, class that had to do with what?
Hmm.
I would have been on the class that had to do with. Teachers will ask, teacher will ask the questions about. Oh, and their roles, what do you mean their roles? Whose roles, the students?
Yeah.
Let's say that, and the students' roles, and so it's gonna be students S apostrophe.
This one?
Yeah, after the answer. Yes. Uh, and when you, what possible roles did the students have?
There were so-called three. One was like a note taker, and then
Okay,
one was the salesperson, and then one was the customer.
okay, fine. Let's see here. Let's make that, and this, let's put a the in there, and the students' roles as, and once you write down the three roles.
Okay.
Yep, good. Just, and make that sync. Is that the note taker?
Yeah.
Is there, are there? I can't tell.
What would the R be?
A note take, TAKER. It could just be blocked by your cursor. That's possible. Is there an R at the end of the? Nope.
Yeah.
There it is. I see it. Okay, gotcha. I couldn't tell. Put a period there. All right, good. That's a start. Now what? Look, okay. Now what? It's a good start.
I'm not sure about the other two. No, what else?
Good question.
Or-
Well, they kind of broke it. They didn't give CLC.
In the example, they were using writing too,
Mm-hmm.
but so-called the professor don't want the writing kind.
Doesn't?
Or I want more like not no. I think he did mention he
No.
don't want that kind. That
Okay,
kind.
okay, okay. Uh,
Yeah, he said he don't want the standard paper and pencil kind. Be more creative.
can you say like ability to ask questions? I don't know. Like, I'm thinking maybe we did this too much, like a paragraph, because I'm looking at their example. So you could say like maybe we need to break that down more.
Mm-hmm.
Like vocabulary, interview skills. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and didn't you like, did you do anything with like math or content or like counting or, you know, figuring out the bill or how to return something?
If they did it during the little thing, it would be there. Like during their little pretend play
Mhm.
of it. If they did it, and then like the person that took the notes said that's what they did, and then like it'll be part of.
Okay, okay, we can't break it out here.
I think we can't. So it's like,
You think what?
yeah.
We gotta figure out something here. And so one of these roles was note taking. One was salesperson, customer. So listening skills, ability to formulate questions, decision making.
Yeah, for when they were doing that, the only thing I gave them was so-called the scenario. They just acted out themselves.
Okay,
I didn't give like them the dialogue.
okay.
They
But
did
they still have to be able to do those things, right?
Yeah.
Can you put that in there or no?
I think so.
I don't know. Because yours looks different than what the model is.
Mhm. I think the ones you mentioned, it can be in the task little part. In the task.
Oh,
act-
down there.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
It can be there.
All right. So what else can we put here? Why don't you put that down in the tasks then, just so we don't forget it.
Okay, what was it again?
You said, ability to formulate questions. Micro skills. Oh, I see. Micro skills. Wait.
Yes,
Maybe these go under macro or micro skills. Is that true or no?
those were,
Where's the micro skill?
so-called the ones for macro, the ones I found before for those sections, micro was the writing, listening, and then speaking.
Okay.
And then for the other one, it was, yeah, that's what, yeah. Yeah, that was what I have for the micro before. Micro was those skills, the writing, listening, and speaking for that one.
Okay, so you feel like you're good at it.
Those were what it was.
So the problem really is back to content. Is that right?
Yeah, and then to make those other like types of assessment items, task,
Yeah.
and then continue on.
What do they mean by types of assessment?
What I had before was like what they're gonna use.
Give an example.
Like so-called, if you're gonna do those, the question stuff, you're gonna be like an interview-ish kind of stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
So types of assessment items. So interview.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just write that down, so I don't forget.
That's what that one is.
Okay. ING. Okay. Decision making? Is that a type of assessment or not? Where's that go?
Decision making. Decision making. It's like would be in the task kind of, because those are like what they're doing with the assessment.
Okay.
So what it was when decision making.
Yeah. 2 words.
Decision making.
Um. I think it's formula, right?
You okay?
Ability to formulate. Well, questions. Oh, gosh, when is it? Oh, ability to make yourself understood.
Mm.
What about like remembering? Or like the,
Remembering.
yeah, like, you have to remember what you walk into the store.
Oh, like
What you're buying.
what you're buying?
Yeah.
Um,
Or how do you keep track? Organize yourself. What do I have to do with that? Or ability to make lists. So the teacher's doing the assessment. Correct?
mhm.
And asking about the different items. And is the teacher asking about the student's roles, a salesperson, customer, and note taker?
Yeah.
This is hard.
Yeah, this part is hard.
I'm having a hard time. I have to do it. Disappear. Appear, disappear. What's going on? I'm hitting things and nothing's coming up. What is that mean? Oh. You have to help. Don't know what to do.
Should I reshare it?
Oh, no, it wasn't that.
Yeah,
I don't know what to do.
I know it's
You're
very
right, for some reason
hard.
it's disappeared, which I don't understand. What?
This part of the paper is kind of hard.
No kidding.
And then the so-called the next part would be like just to make the rubric. That would be a bit easier. And then the final one is just like grading myself on the paper. How I did.
Yeah.
And then like a peer review for this.
This is bizarre. My computer's completely like not showing me anything. I don't know what this is. I don't have much to say here. It's like it's shut down on me. This is bad enough without having it shut down on me. Yours working?
Yeah.
Oh, what's going? Who's there? I can't even get my email. anymore. I'm going out. Maybe. Try again. Weird. It's all here in the mail. Okay. So content to this, what about vocabulary?
Hmm. Um. I think I can, but like how would we like so-called?
How what?
How would it be used? Like what kind of
For
assessment?
assessments?
Yeah, vocabulary can be part of the content one, and then it's just what type of assessment will I be using to test the vocabulary?
And you can't do can't do a pencil and paper test. right? That's
That
my point.
so-called you so-called you can, but in a different kind of way.
Uh,
Because so-called before I had like a little for this assignment before I took it last fall, I so-called had a worksheet where the students would fill it out, and my professor said that one's okay to be part of the assessment. Yeah, because then when you fill out the thing and then they put it in that for that time around. But this time around, there's not really any of those worksheets like that, so I'm not sure. The last time around, there was a worksheet where they could fill it out, and then that would be considered the worksheet, and that one was okay.
that would be an assessment.
Yeah, that was the assessment, and that was assessing the writing skills.
Okay.
That was for writing.
Can you assess, I mean, it doesn't make any sense to assess writing skills here, right?
I think we can kind of with
What about reading strategies?
I think we can do that, yeah. Because yeah.
And the students need to know how to read,
Yes.
otherwise they can't do any of this.
Yeah, I think we can do that. Reading. That would be the content, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Reading.
And can you do any math kind of thing?
How would I use the math?
If the customer is trying to decide if they have enough money,
Okay, maybe. Okay. This one's very hard. This part is very.
what about assessing how politely you speak to someone?
Where that would be?
I'm still working on content of the assessment, because that seems like the really hard one.
Yeah.
You're kicking me out, aren't you?
Well, I had a question for you. Do you need this until 4?
I do, but I can move. I mean, I have a student coming at 3, that would change.
I have a
the schedule.
student coming at 4. Usually I have something to do that I don't.
Okay, can I stay here?
Yeah, until 4.
Till 4, don't get out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If my student tells me that they are not coming or no,
Okay, that sounds great. Thank you.
What was it again?
Good question. Uh, like how to, like human relations, like how to politely address someone. You know how to talk to someone. I mean, because this isn't like your basic, this is not your usual assessment. So some of it is, yeah, okay, can you formulate a question? That's good. Can you collect your thoughts? But you said none of those are really content assessment.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's very hard. I mean, looking at the model, it's like, well, that's not really super helpful, I gotta tell you.
Yeah.
Then we actually have to think of how do you do this? Like I'm looking now at the model. Like when they start really talking about assessment items, words for fluent writing. Then students will quickly write and read 3 to 4 words on their whiteboard. So,
Yes.
I mean, it does seem like you're assessing how well can one human being talk to another human being.
Yeah.
You know, like
Mhm.
how do you follow directions? That's another one, directions. Um, can you put that one in for assessments?
That'd be kind of like the list. Um, Listening.
Okay, listening, that would work. By the way, I gotta kick you out. Yeah, 3 o'clock.
Okay.
I know we're not getting anywhere fast here. It's horrible. Ah, understanding directions. That's so much room, forget it. Um, giving directions. That's a different one.
Okay.
And now we have to actually figure out, I don't even know if these are right, I have no idea. But if they are right, then you still have to, you have little exercises for how to test that, right?
Mm. Yeah, and then those be for the student.
I mean, some of these I could see that. Like I could see how you could give exercises for listening and understanding directions. I don't know about what you're talking, someone that seems hard. The math, I'm sure you could do something with the reading. But you don't need 10 of them, right? You need how many?
It can be less than.
So you got a few here, I think you can do something with.
Mhm.
The form of the first one with the big 3 sentences. How about that one? It seems like that should go above the whole thing. Like you're explaining what's going on.
Those so-called can be. That can be part of the types of assessment. The description of this. Or just shorten it in some way.
Janet, you there?
Yeah, sorry, I kept looking for different Zoom meeting. I thought it was.
No, you're not doing anything wrong. I'm still with my last student. That's why. No,
Sorry,
it's,
like, I thought it was-
no, you're totally right. I'm the one who's late, of course. Did you send me a paper or anything? Oh, good.
That is the same one as before. Just
Do a new one. Okay. Is this for anthropology?
yeah, see,
All right.
anthropology at 2.
212, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I'm talking to my student who's just leaving, so don't listen to, or you can listen, but don't worry about it. So I guess think about maybe if you could do some exercise, like develop some of those. You don't have to do all of them though.
Yeah. Or I can just ask my professor.
Oh God, please do that. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, ask, because I feel like I don't know if I'm doing the right thing here. I mean, this is just not your standard assessment.
Yeah,
We're used to.
Alternative.
Yeah,
Different kind.
yeah. So then I just thought I'm feeling very insecure.
It's
Like
a different kind of.
I just don't know if I'm doing the right thing. So I apologize.
It's a different.
Slightly overwhelmed. All right, so I'm going to see you on Monday, right?
Yes.
Okay. When is this due?
This is this coming from.
Okay, of course. All right, so. What else I'll say it again? That's right now. Okay. All right. I apologize for not being able to help you
It's
better.
okay.
It's just hard.
Yeah, that one's hard.
It is hard. I've never had to do anything like that. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. Frustrating. Is it raining?
It was raining and now it's not. Not raining.
All right.
Thank you.
See you there. Take it easy. All right, Jan, I'm all yours.